Good morning.
Hi.
It's Saturday the 18th. We were supposed to be in Disney this weekend for her first 10K, and I was running the Star Wars 10K and half marathon, but coronavirus happened, so that's okay. We're about to go run a 10K just through some random neighborhood here. Woo! We're ready, we're excited. We ran a 5K last night before bed, so we are feeling pumped up. Got our Celsius, of course. And we're good to go. We're ready. Woo! We're getting a donut after. That's the motivation. So we're gonna have a donut after.
And gas, because apparently she doesn't like to put gas in her car.
I forgot to get gas. All right. Wish us luck. It's already hot and humid. It's already 72 degrees and it's just now 7 a.m. So, woo! We're done. We did it. We actually, including what we walked at the end to where we parked, it was like 7.5 miles. It was really good. We had a really good run. So proud. We supported Kelsey's hope and we still got out there and did the run, which was good. We got a smoothie, a donut, or, well, not we. She is making some frittatas, and then we're probably going to be lazy the rest of the day now. Yep. And then tomorrow morning, I'm going to get up early and do a half marathon, I think. Wish me luck.
Okay, now you can
You don't want to put your butt in my picture, camera?
No.
All right, who's more tired?
Me.
Bruno or you? Bruno, what are you guys doing? You already ate breakfast. Just already had breakfast, baby. Good morning. The last time I talked to you guys was a few days ago, and it was when G and I finished running our 10K, our Star Wars 10K. So since then, I have run the half marathon by myself in the hot, humid Florida loveliness. And I've also lost a lot of motivation for like everything. So I figured I love those little like girls that do their makeup and have like a chit chat with you videos. Love those. But I don't have anything. There would be no chit chat if I videotaped me getting ready, because clearly there's nothing that happens. So I've been looking at this brownie mix at the store for weeks now, and I figured, you know what? Let's just make some brownies and have a talk about what happens if your race gets canceled and you lose all your motivation and what your next step should be. And it's 9 a.m. I ran a 4K this morning, so that was fun. And instead of brownies, I'm just going to make these muffins, because then I feel like I can have one before 10 a.m. and feel no guilt. So, you know, I really was so excited to do the Star Wars run. Like, I spent so much time training. Like, I felt like my runs were getting so good. Like, and like more so than that, I think I was like just so proud of G. Like, she is not like a runner. I mean, she had never done it before. Like, I remember probably like 2 years ago now, we ran like a, I don't know, 1 mile turkey trot, and like that was a struggle. And she was like, okay, I don't know if I'm ever gonna run with you again. And then back in November of 2019, I ran a half marathon with Kelsey's Hope Foundation through like a sponsorship program with Disney. So basically what happens is Kelsey's Hope sponsored my race bib for the race, and then I fundraised for Kelsey's Hope instead of just paying my way into the race, which I really enjoyed because, you know, I felt like, okay, I have like more of a purpose, you know, like my motivation isn't just like, oh, you need to complete this half marathon. Like, no, you need to complete this half marathon because you have a whole team of other runners depending on you, and you have kids depending on your fundraising abilities and like you successfully doing the whole thing. So, you know, I felt like that was so helpful to me. It got me so motivated. Like, as soon as I finished, G was like, wow, like that was so awesome to watch you. Like, you know, she went with me when I met the people from Kelsey's crew, which is the runners for Kelsey's Hope. And like, they were just so kind and like inspiring and motivating. Like, just great people. Like, to hear their story. She said as soon as we walked away, wow, I really want to do a race with you now. Like, they were so nice. So we had signed up for Star Wars. We trained, like our training was going great. Like literally our like longer runs like just flew by. And then like this whole thing started happening like with the virus, and it got a little rougher. So, you know, G started working like kind of different hours at work before her restaurant closed. They went to just managers, and the managers, you know, were working the front and the back. So they were taking orders that were only to go, and then they were cooking them, packaging them up, and then having to deal with like cash and people out. So she was like tired, like we were both emotionally tired as well. And our training kind of just started to like fall off a little bit from there. You know, we'd go on runs, but like not as long. Well, then we found out the official notice that Star Wars was getting canceled. I'm just throwing in some Rocky Road protein powder for a little extra protein in these. We found the official notice that Star Wars Run was going to get canceled, and we were really upset. At that point, we pretty much kind of decided, like, okay, guess we're not going to run anymore. Like, guess that's not going to happen. So we did. We pretty much just kind of, like, stopped running. You know, and I felt like I was mad because, like, I couldn't get the motivation up. So, like, if I couldn't get the motivation up, like, how would I expect her to get the motivation up? So overall, it was just like, you know, a bad situation for like both of us. But then we started seeing online, like, you know, there was this whole like community of like Run Disney runners that decided like they were still going to go out, they were still going to run, like they were still going to do it. And then all of a sudden, like, G tells me one day, she's like, you know what, I'm still gonna run. I still want us to run the 10K. I said, okay, let's do it. She said that she didn't want to like let down the people that had donated, and you know what, I completely agreed with her. So on Friday night of our supposed like Star Wars weekend, we went out and decided we were gonna do a run. So we ended up just doing a 5K. And I said, you know what, let's do the whole thing. Let's do a 5K, a 10K, and then I'll go run a half. So we ran the 5K that night. Saturday morning we woke up, we did the 10K, and like it flew. Like it went by so quickly. Like it was just like the most perfect race. Like if we had done it at Disney, like it literally would have been perfect that way. And then we get home, and when we got home, I like started to like feel not that great, and like I don't know, I was really like struggling with the fact that I didn't feel great because, you know, I told myself I was going to run this half marathon the next day, and I feel like I always put like so much pressure on myself to like do the things I say I'm going to do. It's like you're your own worst critic kind of thing. So I like kept saying I was going to like power through, but like I could not stop sneezing. I don't know if it was allergies or what, but I like literally could not. So I went to bed, didn't sleep, was pretty much miserable because I couldn't breathe. And then woke up the next morning early, and I just knew like you know what, this run is not going to happen today. So I went back to sleep. So then Monday morning rolls around. I wake up super early, and I think it's like 4:30 in the morning, and I said to myself, you know what? You need to go out and run, or you're never going to get this done. So I suited up, I grabbed my water backpack, and I got out there. And, oh gosh. And I got out there. And it was like hot and humid, like right from the get-go that day. But like, I just kept telling myself, like, you have to run, like, you have to do this, like, you have to complete this. And like, don't get me wrong, like, I was starting to hurt. And it's just different, you know what I mean? Like, running a half marathon at Disney, like, I can say this from experience, feels like nothing. Like, there's so much, like, going on. Like, there's so much, like, positivity around you. But like, running that far by yourself, and like, I didn't run in like a pretty area. Like, there was no like scenery to keep me entertained. It was hard, but I just kept telling myself, like, you have to do this, you have to do this. Like, I think it's more like a dedication thing more than like a motivation thing. So, and also, I'm not gonna lie, I was motivated because I never eat donuts, never crave donuts, except after I finish a race. Like, anytime I've ever finished a race, the only thing I want to do is like go get a donut. So I actually ran from our house to the closest Dunkin' Donuts, and I just had G like meet me there to pick me up. I'll insert a picture somewhere. Of my donut afterwards, and then we went home, and I like felt so good. Well, that lasted for a couple days. I came up with the idea that for a fundraising thing, I wanted to do like a virtual Star Wars race. And I found these espresso chips that I also wanted to try. So since we're turning these into muffins now, I figured they would be great to throw in. I decided that I wanted to do a virtual run as kind of like a fundraiser for my Dobie challenge. So I'm just asking for like any kind of donation, and then I send you like a virtual race bib. And yeah, so as of right now, it's a couple days before the actual date of Star Wars Day, which is May 4th. It's May 2nd right now. So this morning I ran a 4K, tomorrow I'm going to run a 4K, the next day I'm going to run a 4K, and the day after that I'm going to run a 4K. And is that what I wanted? No. Is the other race that we had for Star Wars weekend what I wanted? No. I don't think it's what anybody wanted. And you know what? I get it. Like, people are upset. Like, people are disappointed. But listen, there are so many worse things going on right now. Like, I felt guilty for even like complaining about it, because think about all of the people that like aren't even able to go home right now, all of the nurses and doctors that aren't able to see their family. Like, so many worse things going on right now. You know, like, have I done the things that I wanted to do during this quarantine? No, I have not. You know, like, I see other people, like, you know, who are just super motivated, doing all this stuff. And you know what? I'm not motivated in the same way they're motivated. You know, like, I do a home workout a couple times a week. You know, I do runs when I really like give myself the reason to. But you know what? I have decluttered my mind and my space so much during this quarantine, and I think that's like one of the most important things you can do is like do whatever's good for you during this quarantine. Like, I have friends who have kind of told me like, oh, I haven't heard from you, I was worried about you, blah blah blah, and like, I get that, but there are some people that need like the constant like check-in and like reassurance during this quarantine. And then I feel like there's other people like me who just like, they don't need that. Like, this has been like such like a break from having to talk to people, honestly, that I need it. Like, I'm not the type of person that needs the constant like connection and like reassurance of people. Like I need that time to myself. And I think that's really what this like quarantine has kind of given me. And so like if you're the same way, like don't feel guilty. I see these memes online that are like, oh, after this quarantine is over, like remember who reached out to you. No, sis, like that's not who you need to remember. You need to remember that we're all different. We all cope with things differently. Like if I turn my phone off for 3 days, I'm sorry, but that's just who I am. You know? I think that it's like such a delicate time right now. Like everybody needs to realize whatever they think is going to be better for them, like truly, like deep introspective, take a look at yourself. What's going to be the best option for you right now? That's what you should be doing. You know, like if the best thing for you right now really is to just sit on your couch and watch Netflix, girl, go sit on your couch and watch Netflix. You know, if the best thing for you right now is to go run every single day, go run every single day. You know, if the best thing for you is to declutter your kitchen, Amazon's still delivering all the organizational things that you need. Do it. You know, so I know that so many things got canceled. Like, I know that so many things got changed around and, like, didn't go as planned. Like, but there's so many worse things that could have happened. You know, like, I'm devastated that Star Wars got canceled. You know, I'm super sad that Disney has been closed for this long and I haven't gotten to go to my favorite place in the world. But think about all the seniors that are graduating with no, like, walk for graduation, no prom. Like, gosh, think of the people who have, like, lost their loved ones. Like, there's so many worse things going on right now. I think that we all just need to be a little kinder to, like, one another, to our thoughts, and to ourselves right now. And I think that's the best thing that you can do. So, well, thanks for coming to my rant and my talk. If you do want to get out there and run and you need some motivation, I'll leave the little link to my Resistance Run 4K. But until then, I guess I'll just catch you guys next time. Bye.